sorry, sir. What is it again?
I believe it's afterthoughts.
Oh shit. Oh.
Wake up, motherfucker! It's Friday.
Grab your blunts. Grab your motherfucking coffees, your hot chocolates, your
Right.
fucking teas,
Right.
your thermos niggas, your waters, nachos, Doritos, whatever the fuck you niggas eating. Me, I'm eating a big Texas at the moment.
Oh, that sounds fucking lovely. Yo.
It is, yo. You feel me? Got this nice, lovely ass fucking ganja. You feel me? And nice little munchy snacks. You feel me?
Right, I feel you. We got a good one for the people, man. This one we wanted to focus on something that's near and dear to both our hearts, and that is the arts. My man Tone was getting his motherfucking Van Gogh on. He shared a beautiful painting in the chat that he did himself, and it kind of got the wheels rolling. And just wanted to have a conversation about art in general itself, the necessariness of it, I guess, like the just all of that shit about
The
it.
necessities, I say.
Necessity, yeah, all of that great stuff. Well,
Bare necessities.
let me ask you, man, what got you into like art? Like, I mean, art, because like I consider once you start doing painting and drawing and stuff like that, I consider like you a different tier of artist.
To be honest, what got me into it, I say my brother. Like seeing what him and his friends used to do, like I guess like subconsciously I always try to like mimic him.
Mm-hmm.
And then just seeing what him and his friends was doing and being able to be blessed to like be a little ass kid back in like 98, 99, 2000s and shit, you feel me? Just seeing niggas actually spray painting like 11:30 to like fucking 4:30 in the morning and shit type shit, you feel me? Like actually just seeing different types of shit, like just being actually, what's the word I want to say? Entrenched into the culture, you feel me? Because
Mm-hmm.
for one, like the first culture I ever knew was hip hop, you feel me?
Right. And then like,
So when it came,
graffiti,
yeah,
dance and
yeah,
all of that shit.
the essentials, the bare essentials of hip hop, you feel me? And for like my introduction was just graffiti to like MCing and breakdancing. So like as a kid, like I remember like doing like little slight sketches of like little graffiti art in my book and shit like that. While like niggas was doing like certain Dragon Ball Z characters at some point. It took me a minute to get on the Dragon Ball Z wave and shit. But like for me, I was just worried about bubble letters and shit like that. You feel me?
No, I feel you. Like that's how that's how it started. Pardon me. That's how it started. Like just writing your name in your notebook, different kinds of styles, different ways. Like I got like a million different ways I can draw my name just off of just sitting back in a room by myself, just sketching it out. Like bubble, you got like the little fucking bone text, all different kinds of joints that you might mix it up with. Then you start to get into your little sketch characters and shit like that. So I totally can relate from that. I never got the experience of actually like, going out tagging and shit like that. I'm sure that was like just the most insane experience ever, especially as a young lad, coming up.
Oh man, to be honest, that adrenaline is still the same. The last time I went tagging, I say it was like 2 years ago and shit.
Oh wow,
And
that's
just that feeling.
was
You said
right back
what?
there. I said that's not even that long ago.
Yeah, it wasn't for real, you feel me? But just that feeling, like just knowing, like, all right, yo, like I'm a grown ass man. This shit's still illegal. You feel me? Like if niggas get caught, I'm gonna have to jump down this motherfucking fire escape until this random ass fucking yo dash through this whole alley and shit. It's some more crazy shit. You feel me? My knees ain't built the same no more, my nigga. So
Right.
it's
So
a
you get
different
that
kind of
danger
high.
feeling. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
exactly what you
yeah,
mean. That
yeah.
adrenaline pumping and shit when you doing some shit that's illegal. You like, all right, let me hurry up.
But it's still cool at the end of the day, especially when you can like just sit back and you just drive past some shit and then you just see your piece for
Nigga.
real. And it's just like
And I'm
shit.
I'm a fan of this shit, bro. Like you see my IG, yo. Like so you see all the different niggas that be tagging shit, the different graffiti that I post that niggas, scroll throughout the city. And it's like I be like as a fan and wonderment of that shit, like, this nigga had to probably tag this shit 4 a.m. or some shit quick. And like he got this shit
Hmm.
down to a science. It's like muscle memory when you see some of these niggas drop their tags or, do an
Shouts out
art
to the
piece.
niggas that be under the highways, yo.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like the niggas that be like under 95 and shit that
I
be
wanted
doing
to
that
throw
shit,
some
yo.
shit down there, yo. Like I was down there, like it's a couple great under the bridge, under the highway joints where niggas just went insane. Like, and I'm like, I don't want to go down there and drop some BS just to be like, you know what I mean? Because some niggas do that shit. They go down there and just write some stupid shit or some shit like that.
Oh man,
And
I ain't
it's
gonna
like
lie, that
all
shit
these
make me mad,
phenomenal,
yo.
yeah,
You
you tagging
destroy
over
like
top
a
of somebody,
beautiful piece of art.
yes, for your bum ass tag. It's like, bro, that shit sucks. Like this nigga then did this whole mural, and you gonna deface it right in the middle by throwing your tag over top of it? That's fucked up.
Gonna throw some weak ass shit. Rage,
Yeah,
pain,
a weak ass
anguish.
peace sign that's all shaky handed. Shit ain't even straight.
Mm-hmm.
It's even an art form to that, laying a piece on top of another nigga piece. Like pause, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's an
No,
art to it.
also, it's not even a pause on that because, like, I actually know exactly what you mean. Like, because when, like, the last time I stepped through for real, like the past previous times and shit like that, like, I'll look at certain pieces and shit like that, and I'm like, all right, I can't do nothing to that. I can't do nothing to this. All right, this one looks a little bit too shaky enough for me. I can actually take this one on. You feel
Man,
me?
this
Just in
motherfucker
case a nigga.
old. This shit been here
Yeah,
for a
you
minute.
feel me? And that's the thing for real. Like, it's all out of man of respect for real. But at the same time, it's like, nigga, like, you don't touch like pure fucking gold for real. Like,
Nah, you're
unless you
not
want to
lying.
do some touch ups on somebody's shit, then I appreciate that type of shit. But you don't never like really just fuck up somebody's shit for real, my nigga.
Right? Like I'd be amazed at some of the shit that's inside a graffiti alley and outside of it. Like some of them niggas over there is extremely talented, and you see some of their work throughout the city if you know enough. Like if you
Oh yeah.
follow niggas' work, you see that shit all over the place, and it's just like the dopest shit ever, man.
Shouts out to the one nigga, I ain't gonna drop his name for real, but like a lot of niggas know his a lot of niggas seen this nigga tag throughout the city for real. It's the fucking pyramid and shit like that.
Yeah, the Kobe nigga, he
As
be
a
dropping this shit like
yeah,
crazy. The dude that be doing the little skulls, that should be like crazy.
the
Like
TD what is it, TDEA? I forgot that dude for real. I forgot how to pronounce that name for real, but shouts out to dude. I be seeing his tags a lot. I fucks with his tags.
I'd be so mad at myself sometimes that I like, cause I used to draw a lot when I was younger, and that's one thing I kind of let go. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, but you know, it's kind of like, you know, like you leave off where you left off at. I'm only as good as I remember. So it's like, you know, my skills are like that of where I left them at. So it's like I be thinking of these really amazing things I want to draw, but my hands won't make it.
You wanna know what sometimes it is?
It's probably too
It's
much in my
it's
head.
too much in your head for sure. I ain't gonna lie, like a lot of people will talk shit about motherfuckers that like need to smoke and shit like that in order to produce like let me tell you niggas something, yo. I dare you to tell a motherfucking farmer to go out there and not farm no motherfucking crops without smoking a fucking blunt, yo. The shit gets boring from time to time, my nigga. Like you need something to stimulate your mind for real. I ain't gonna say in front of you and like weed is my best friend when it comes to that shit. Like a nice good old blunt, my nigga, just you listening to whatever playlist you got lined up, my nigga, it's
Yeah,
gonna be a good time.
that's
You
where I do
feel me?
some of
Don't
my best work. Like I don't really,
yeah.
I can't really draw to paint it, but when it comes to moving these pixels and shit on Photoshop, I get busy. Like that's
Oh
where like
yeah.
I just throw in my little playlist, might smoke me a little something something, and then like I'll just have a blank canvas. I don't know what I'm gonna make. I don't have
You
an
wanna know what you
idea,
could do?
anything.
A nice way to help for sometimes for especially like for like the new age artists that's like on the 3D platforms and shit like that and shit.
Right.
The best way to do it if you want to transition to like actual physical is get whatever piece you worked on paper on computer
Uh huh.
and just print it out on paper for real and you cut the stencils out, you learn your line work and everything like that, and then you can plaster it on like a nice piece of canvas and get your painting on.
Oh hell yeah! See, that ain't even bad either. I know a lot of niggas be doing the what's it, vector image and shit, or like old school. You would get the trace paper, draw your
Yeah.
image, throw it through the scanner, and get it on your PC. To try to do it that way too. Like that's why I think I need one of those you know, little digital tablets that you can draw on. Like I want to get nice on
Mm-hmm.
that and start
Oh
trying to
man, I
do some
saw a
shit.
nigga in a tattoo parlor just lining up my new tattoo for real with that bitch, yo. I was just happy as shit seeing that nigga move that motherfucker, yo.
Niggas start tapping the colors and adding all types of shit. Like I actually I grabbed a bunch of like coloring pencils, markers, and crayons and shit, and I grabbed a new sketchbook. Like I want to get
Mm.
back into drawing, like just because like it's a skill that I know I kind of possess, and it's a skill you can build on. Like you know what
Oh
I mean?
yeah.
Like you can get better at drawing. You might not necessarily get better at singing or some shit like that, or playing football, but you can get better at drawing. Like I might
Yeah,
not be
hand-eye
fucking yeah.
coordination.
I might not be Van Gogh, but I can get a little better.
Shit, how I look at it, man, JJ was never Van Gogh, but he was the Picasso of the ghetto. You feel me?
Right. Nah, you ain't lying. What's what's your like favorite like painting vibe? Because I know you're a nigga that like to paint on canvas and shit. Like I'm sure like that
Sheesh.
Saturday morning or some shit, or like, or you're a night painter.
I ain't gonna lie. If you catch me in the morning, I'm painting throughout the whole fucking day. I
You,
ain't gonna sit here in
because it's like
front of
you
you.
got that I gotta finish this shit mentality, or is it
Yeah,
like,
yeah, like like I like yesterday, for instance, on my birthday for real, like my phone was off and everything. I forgot I had to go to the motherfucking museum and everything like that and shit. All types of shit for real, you feel me? So it was just like it was one of them moments like,
oh man, I know you got some great reflection.
man, that piece I sent you for real, it was a whole reflection of that. You feel me? Like I don't know what it was for real, but like it was just because I don't know. Like for me, I stepped out of painting for a minute. I just stepped out of the arts for like a hot
Yeah.
ass minute, and just
Mhm.
I don't know. I felt like that shit was just a rebirth for real. And it's just getting that shit out there on canvas. Like when you get to past the point when you just say fuck other people's judgment, either some people get it, some people don't. That's all that matters to the artist. You feel me?
Right. You have
And
to
it
be like
just
that.
yeah, and you just gotta leave it up to the interpretations for real. And that's like the beauty about that shit. I feel like
But
I
not
don't I
only that,
don't
like, see, I think you probably hit what I be hitting too is like a creative like build up or some shit where it's like I just gotta do something. I gotta get this energy out of here. Like I gotta get it off me. I have to make something. Like I be
mm-hmm.
getting like that too, where it's just like, and once you start it, it's like I have to complete it because I need to see it finished. Like I got it all right now. I got the juices flowing. I gotta finish it now because I don't want to come back to it. If I come back to it, it'll be ruined by myself. Like I hate coming back to shit sometimes because you start looking
Oh,
at it like, ah, should have did that, should have that,
you
ah, fuck this.
oversaturate shit.
Yeah, it's like, or you might start doing too much with it. Now it's like gone. Like, ah, man, like it's hard. That's why I feel like painting is such like a expressive thing where it's like it's so flowing. You know what I mean? Like you might do a
It's
stroke here,
vibrant as
yeah,
shit.
you get what I'm saying. So it's like a different type of like movement, energy, like vibration and shit.
It's a science to it. It's a sweet science to it sometimes for real. Like it's a method to everybody's madness. Cause like from what I'm looking at sometimes for real, cause I ain't gonna say in front of you, my nigga. Like one of my favorite painters of all the fucking time is motherfucking Bob Ross. You feel me? I used to get high as shit in high school and just watch this nigga just paint motherfucking trees,
I
mountains, and
still
all
watch that
types of
nigga
shit.
on everything. I was just
And
watching
you
that as
feel
I'm
me?
going to
Shouts out
bed
to
the other
Bob
night,
Ross
yo.
and the Bob Ross family. They going through some legal issues right now. So my heart goes out to y'all niggas. Feel me? Bob Ross was a wonderful man, yo. That's a white man I trust, god damn it.
Like, you want to talk about like just how like this nigga would just start some shit, hit like some bullshit. The next thing you know, it's a whole scene of like a mountain with like a fucking river in the middle. You like, how the fuck we get here? Like, what?
Yeah.
Just off of three little quick moves and like interpretation and like just visuals. Like, cause
hmm
he could like dab a sponge left, right, and then now you got a tree. And it's like, damn, I didn't see that tree out of there. Like, how the fuck he seen that? How he pull that tree out of that?
That is one thing like about that nigga. Like it's just something about Bob Ross. Like you know how like some rappers or just some like producers got their own like little tags and shit like that. Like mustard on the beat, ho.
Right.
Bob Ross like signature tag is just a nice tree with a mountain in the background.
Yeah. A nigga definitely get you right. Like some of the
Yeah.
skills this nigga talk about is just like tutelage is what you need, yo. Like I bet if I
See,
sat down and watched that nigga for 2 more weeks, I could probably start painting some shit.
I ain't gonna lie. Facts, I remember, man. Shout out. I forgot my fucking motherfucking my fifth grade motherfucking teacher for real. I forgot this nigga name for real. But this dude for real literally told us he literally watched like old college tapes that his father had of like Bob Ross. I don't think it was college tapes, like old ass like cassette tapes or whatever.
Probably like, oh, buy the whole cassette and figure out how to, you know what I mean?
And that's how he got his job as a fucking painting teacher.
Yeah.
So it's possible, my nigga. Like, shouts out I forgot that nigga name, dog. It's crazy you don't really remember like certain teachers
Right.
unless they're your main teacher.
And I hate how like, subjects like music, art is always pushed aside. Where it's like, why are we even getting more art? Like, what I mean? Everybody has a good time in art. Like everybody enjoys it.
Yeah,
It's like
it's
the creative
expressive, my
expression,
G.
yeah, the freedom of it. Like I remember when we got to actually make sculptures. My art teacher, Mr. Smith, like he got us to do a bunch of shit, paper mache, all types of shit, and it was like as my brain started turning, like, yo, you could use this for a whole different skill. Like I can start making
Mr.
bowls now.
Campbell.
I could start making whatever, like just off of like how he taught niggas how to like you actually form clay, how to like heat it up to get it hard, all of that shit.
Mm-hmm. But yo, you wanna know what's so crazy about shit like that? Shit like that, like actually teaches you how to be a producer. You feel
Yeah,
me? And
can't
also
have that.
teaches you,
Can't have that.
yeah, like, and it's also just a craft at the end of the day. You feel me? Like, cause once you really look at it, like, whoops, like wood sculpting and shit like that, you start to get into carpentry and shit like that. You start to
Yeah,
learn geometrics and
yeah.
diameters and shit like that, my nigga. Like, it's pushing your brain at a whole different pace. Like,
It's real world application. Like once you start using
yeah,
shit real worldly, you can start to figure it out better. Like I'm sure carpenters need to know all types of measurements and cuts and shit like that. That involves all types of algebra and fucking geometry, like you saying. And it's like these niggas be
hmm
banging that shit out.
it was so crazy. Like, I even remember like being in school sometimes, like back when like niggas had geometry and shit like that. I felt like I had a leg up on niggas because I did graffiti and I knew how to use some of the motherfucking like the protractors and shit like that.
Right.
Just off of just using that shit with spray paint and shit like that. You feel me?
In your
And just
brain,
learning my
right?
different
Like if
yeah,
this
like
does this, it'll get that arc I need. Boom.
it was just one of them moments and shit like that. And that's the thing, like you see how the effects of like removing certain creative programs inside like fucking schools done do to students and shit like that.
Yeah, but like it's crazy how much art tells a culture. Like if you want to talk about what tells our story of what we were doing here and all this other shit, is fucking art. Like
hmm
you want to know what the people look like, you want to see what the fucking era was like. Go look at some buildings, nigga.
Oh man.
The architecture and shit like that. Them niggas was real craftsmen. Like when they built the building, it was an art piece. Like when I'm setting this shit, nigga, this shit need to look beautiful, nigga. Like
When you see brownstones that was built by black people, you just say, "What the fuck?"
like the Masons back in the day was really Masons.
Oh my god! Speak on it, my nigga. You feel me?
But yeah,
The
like
motherfucking Moors too. You feel me? You look at some of the Moors and how them niggas actually had architecture and shit like that. You feel me? It was just on a different level and shit like that, like undeniable. It's a
right.
lot of more fucking structures that's still up to date in motherfucking Europe and inside of America that's still standing to this day.
But it's like, how do you see certain shit that and it doesn't touch you? Like those people that are like nothing phase them, like they can't see like an amazing drawing or something somebody do and see the skill level and see that shit or feel a piece. You know what I mean? Like you ever seen some shit that made you feel something? Like man, it's just
Man,
like just driving or some shit. You see like a sunset dropping in the lake or some shit like that, and you gotta pause. Like what the fuck? Like damn, that shit look crazy.
that's a literally, man, when I was in the DR, I saw a sunset that damn near made me cry, yo.
Oh yeah, I didn't seen sunsets that made me cry. Like when that shit drop over the ocean and shit like that, you
Nigga,
realize
yo,
how
like,
small
I ain't
you
gonna
are.
lie, yo, my chest got tight as shit, and I was like, yo, I'm just, I'm the smallest shit compared to this world, yo.
Right.
You feel me?
Insignificant. Like it's the beauty in it though.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? For that second, you can feel the vibration of it. Understand, like, you know what I mean? Everything is pivoting on this axis of like just the scope of the universe, like, and all the
Yeah.
science and art and that shit. How, like, you know what I mean? If like a bird's leg off or like a bird breaks his leg, it can't fly as good and shit like that.
I mean, shit. Even look at the interpreters of all it, like, Can you imagine like a person actually mimicking the pain of a bird, actually doing that shit? Like, remember
Yeah,
like the dramatic arts niggas and shit like that, the drama class niggas and
yeah.
shit.
Go read some poetry, nigga. Like Edgar Allan Poe is fucking amazing. Like
Oh my
that
God, nigga,
nigga's
what?
insane, yo. You start to read that shit, how derivative that nigga shit was. Like, what the fuck was this nigga going through around that time? Like, he was writing his ass
Shit.
off.
That's
Same thing in
yo.
music though. Like when these niggas put their music together, and you can't get enough of this song, you can't stop playing that shit. You breaking down in tears, you changing your life off of this song. That's it.
Mhm.
That's art, nigga.
But yo, what's so beautiful about that shit though? Like some of that shit, like when a motherfucker is actually pouring out, just it's always power in words. Now it's meaning in words, but it's power in names. You feel me?
Mhm.
And just when you just drop shit for real, like just hearing certain shit for real, just kills a nigga sometimes for real. Like remember like the deaf poetry jams that used to come on back in like HBO and shit like that.
Hell yeah,
Like just
definitely
how
did.
just hearing some of them niggas like just used to leave that shit on the mic, yo, used to just be phenomenal, yo.
Hell yeah, you in your living room giving these niggas a standing ovation.
That shit used to hurt a nigga sometime, yo. Like especially if a nigga like getting his bag talking about how I need to get right or some type shit. I don't know how
Yeah,
to really describe that shit.
shit. DMX, go play that fucking Slipper. I play that shit every fucking couple of months. That shit still touch my soul.
Buju Banton, motherfucking all them niggas, man. Fucking Lauren Hill was on that shit. Her shit, she gave that shit up. Erica Badu, feel me? I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. That's some real shit.
But yeah, not only that, to put your emotion and pain out there, like you said earlier when you was talking about your pain, and if you don't get it and all this other shit, the struggles as an artist, like you give your soul on this track, you put it out, and niggas is like changing their life to this shit. Niggas is really trying to turn a new leaf to something that you put out in the universe. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, how do you even cope with shit like that sometimes?
Hmm.
Like, I understand that fame is like a monster, bro. Like, niggas coming up to you telling you, like, your song got me through cancer or some shit, or a piece you painted inspired me so much that I built this whole company off of it or some shit.
I
I
mean,
was,
it's niggas like that.
you ever seen the movie Castaway?
Oh yeah,
That whole
oh
thing
yeah.
with the wings and shit like that. That nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit can happen from art. So
Mm.
you like, this shit kept me alive, nigga. When I was in the gutter trying to get another fix, I bumped into this graffiti shit on the wall and it reminded me of this. And I decided to pick myself up out the gutter and change my life, nigga. Like I stopped doing heroin because I seen this shit. Like that type of shit. Like how do you cope with that shit as an artist? Like the power that niggas have, yo. Like it's amazing.
Man, I saw a piece. I ain't gonna lie, that made me like I broke down in tears when I like when the whole shit happened with like the Haitians and shit under the bridge and all that shit with the Haitian migrants. Saw a piece on Facebook this one nigga did for real. And it was just a simple piece of it, like a Haitian flag for real, but he was finger painting that motherfucker, right?
Uh-huh.
But like it was just it was just a reflection of shit that happened like back in like 18 like before 1804, you feel me? And for a lot of my historian buffs, 1804 was basically the Haitian Revolution. You feel me? So I mean when Haiti got that independence. So it was basically a reflection of that for real of just how niggas is like niggas on fucking horses and shit, like literally whipping motherfuckers and shit like that. And the piece he did was just a reflection of you feel me, the first slaves getting to Haiti, now coming to America, now you got the migrants coming here getting the same fucking treatment. You feel me? And that shit just pulled everything out of me, my
Broke
nigga.
your heart.
Like nigga, I was like literally on the edge of my bed crying for a second. Like
Nah, I
it's
definitely know what you
power
mean.
in that shit, yo.
Yeah,
It's
hell yeah.
thought provoking. You feel me? Like, and that's all. Like, I hate to say it, but like that's all. Like, basically, like the new age society wants you not to do. They want you to all just be somewhat complacent when it comes to this shit. Even when you look at social media and social engineering, you feel me? It's all just trendy for just niggas to get onto a trend or a fad.
Right. Like, you know what I mean? We not in a society that breeds individual artism. I think I can't pronounce the
Hmm.
word, but you get what I'm saying. It's like it doesn't breed that. It's like uniformity is what gets you better. Like whenever somebody does have something, like they selling you their formula, how they got there, and their formula might be another formula of somebody else's formula. So it's like the water down effect coming to it.
Oh yeah. Like, can you imagine like a nigga trying to get on after doing like remix renditions of Basquiat?
I'm sure, like I mean, but like his pieces are so powerful now. Like I'll be honest with you, it took me until like really getting older and like understanding like some of the pieces and some of the work and how like just ahead of its time it was and how it just stands out today still, and it's just some of the most polarizing pieces that you can see. Like I don't really get contemporary art like that, but with him I understand it because it's like
He
the
opened the door for me.
yeah, it's like I can understand other artists. Now I'm a fan of art. Like I think all like especially when niggas paint like that should be just phenomenal. So it's like that's just like a different skill level that that nigga had, yo. So it's like
Hmm.
you can't really duplicate that. Like you can duplicate it, but you can't really.
That same feel, like
Yeah,
it's a certain type of groove that you get. Like when you say original versus like a copy, it's like I want that original, my nigga. Like
yeah.
I don't know.
That's how it is with sneakers, yo. Like everybody want the OGs.
X.
They cut a little different. They say Nike on the back instead of the jump man. Like all of that shit. You like, you start to look at that type of shit on that one. They did this type of stitching. They went with a higher
Hmm.
buck on it. Like, but you want that one because, you know, that shit came out 20 years ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit 20 years ago and it still fly now.
Yeah, shit's art into the motherfucking shoe game and shit like that. You feel me?
Yeah.
Just I see now. You probably gonna have to take the floor on that for real. Like when it just comes to like just the whole sneaker game. You feel me? I'm just a fan of the shit.
Yeah, it's
Like,
like that, but that's fashion too. Fashion is art. Like when you look at how niggas try to tie the sneakers into certain shit or certain patterns, certain blends. Like we all on neutral tones now, shit like that. A couple years ago was
hmm,
loud pop tones and different shit, but it's like the artistry and putting outfits together, the artistry of putting yourself together. Like what I mean. You make a statement when you go out the house and you got
that is true.
what I mean, $600 sneakers on $1,200 jeans. Like you might not notice it, but the niggas that do notice it, they like this nigga killing it.
Yeah, and well, you know what's so crazy? I love the shit that's on YouTube for real. Or I think it is on YouTube or whatever for real. It's basically like niggas just walking around the mall asking niggas how much their drip costs and shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, like that's like
And
little
you can,
fun shit. Like niggas that get
yeah,
fly, they like that shit because it's like, ah man, I get a chance to talk about my outfit. Well, this is why I went with this. This is why I went with that. This is this. This is that. Like you get to show your stuff.
shouts out to the niggas with the black Air Force energy that be checking them niggas out because I be one of them niggas, yo.
Nah, it's a fact. That's definitely a fact. When you got that
You're
shit
like,
on, you better
oh,
know.
them Cartiers, that's 4200. Say no more.
Like
Or watch
definitely,
you.
you gotta know what to wear where you at. Can't always
Hmm.
stun at the cookout with Shorty.
That's crazy nowadays too. Like, especially when it comes to like a dude. Like, yo, sometimes yo, you can flex harder than your girl. Like, remember at one point, yo, your girl had to flex harder than you.
Exactly. Like niggas is on it now too. Niggas got fucking $2,000 purses on this shit now.
I just started getting to the fanny pack game.
Nah, I ain't mad at it, yo. They make some good fanny packs. Like it's a bunch of man. Them shits is convenient when you really start to look into the
Nigga,
applications of what you
what?
can
Yo,
use them
I ain't gonna
for.
sit here in front of you, yo. Like I was always a satchel nigga. Like I always had laptops and shit like that for real. So I ain't never seen no problem with that shit. Plus Indiana Jones had one, my
Yeah,
nigga.
like
So
every time
like,
I talk to you, be like, "Yeah, I got the Chromebook," so I can imagine that shit coming in handy for you.
so like, fuck you if you judge a nigga for a satchel, but like,
Fuck, I was
man,
doing
this
controlling and some more shit.
nigga, what? My whole life was in a satchel. We and everything at one point, like, and I'd just be chilling in the middle of Barnes and Noble.
I ain't gonna lie, son. Like you got the party with you.
Nigga, what?
Like nigga, everything I need right here, nigga. I could get it shaking right here in the Barnes and Noble.
Nigga, that was back then, like, especially like when I had like was doing tattoos and shit like that for a little bit and shit.
Yeah, I remember you was doing that shit. So I'm sure that shit definitely came in handy, especially like with the little tattoo kit. Boom, throw that shit right all in there. Where you
Oh,
at,
nigga,
shorty? I'll
what?
pull up on you.
Mm-hmm. Nice little quick 80 real quick.
How does that feel as a tattoo artist? Like, having somebody walk around with your pieces. Like that's like gotta be an even different feeling than like just any type of regular art.
It's scary because at one point, like mind you, to all the listeners, I don't tattoo no more for real. Like that was like a little side hustle when I was like a motherfucking youngin' and shit. I
Get
might get
into a
back into it.
bag.
Yeah, I might
I
get back
love
into it
talking to the
for real.
homies, yo. We all had nigga ways to get to the fucking bag. Legal hustles, yo. Or semi-legal, enough legal. When we
You
wasn't
feel
putting our
me?
life in danger. Like everybody had a little gig, yo.
But it's a different feeling for real because it's like it's humbling in a sense because like especially if somebody like wants something from you, like literally that you drew up or some shit for real, it's a humbling experience and shit like that.
Nah, I feel you.
But other than that, you're like that shit used to be like just nerve wracking sometimes for real, especially like for niggas that can't like really take pain.
Oh
You would
yeah.
think like since this nigga like fought like 8 niggas at one time and some crazy shit like yo, you can't even take a minor scratch on you, my nigga. Like, come on, yo, just 4 hours, yo.
You
Like,
gonna fuck
take
this
this
shit
shit.
up, and then it's gonna be on me.
Hmm
Like niggas gonna look at me like, well, you got let this nigga do that. Like, nah, nigga, like, like it wasn't me, it was this nigga. He was moving around. But yeah, I'm
That's
sure
why.
that's like a whole different experience too. Like, I'm a nigga
That's
who
why you
did
always
like,
gotta have character witnesses, yo. You always gotta have fucking receipts, yo. You always gotta let a nigga know, yo. If you move on, that's on you. Let a nigga know before you sneeze and everything, my nigga. Like all types of shit.
nah, I'm sure
Especially
that's a
females,
delicate
yo.
process.
Hey, yo, females used to be wild with that shit.
And then want these giant ass pieces, right?
Big ass fucking slabs on their thighs and shit like that, yo. Like I ain't gonna lie, yo. I done seen some shit, yo. Like you wanna like talk about like make a motherfucker wet without doing shit, yo. That shit used to be wild.
They don't
Shout out
say.
to them, whatever they at. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure like even then, like I hate dealing with customers like just doing graphic design. So like you don't really know what you want, and you want me to create an idea, and it's just like you have no real creativity. So it's like, but you don't understand like my limitations versus what you really want.
Oh my god, when motherfuckers think you psychic or some shit, like, yo, I want a field and like I'm standing in the field, but like can you work after that? And it's like, yo, what the fuck you mean? Like
Like what?
like yo, you know how much shit could go to a field with just a nigga like nigga, you want some cars, you want
Like
some
an end
bitches,
zone
like
nigga? Like what do you mean? Like I can't
yeah,
run score
like
the touchdown. Like what you?
want some trees? You want some Bob Ross, my nigga?
Like
Like we can
listen,
put like a
yo.
little portrait
You
behind
might be a little out of my wheelhouse, man. Like I was like, what you mean freehand the rest of this? It's like, huh?
you.
I don't know, like, I don't know, yeah. Like, what?
What the fuck
Yeah.
is yo? Oh my god! When yeah became like an official word in Baltimore, yo, and niggas did not like it took niggas a minute to comprehend that shit.
Yeah, I feel you.
That
Nah,
shit used to kill me, yo.
you
Like
had
the
to just
fuck
know
you
what, yeah.
mean?
It's mad yeahs, but,
Like yeah, yo, I just just
uh-huh.
had a cross and just put the yeah on the
Crazy shit
cross. You
about it, you
feel
fuck
me?
around, get it right. Nigga, like, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh,
you be
that's
like,
what it
oh,
is.
okay, I see what you mean. Just add the rules. I got you, I got you.
Put
So
some
what you
little
want? Like
clouds
you
and
want
shit.
somebody name on it? Yeah, yeah. And you're like, oh, okay.
But
I love my damn city. I hate niggas sometimes though.
nah, hell yeah, I love my city. But I don't know, man. Like, I'm sure, like, that's an amazing feeling still, though. Like, yo, this nigga's like, oh, damn, who did that? Yo, like, oh, that's my nigga, such and such. Da, 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 da. Oh, I gotta hit this nigga up.
I ain't gonna lie, that shit like that shit got annoying at one point though. Like that's what made me stop though. Like, cause motherfuckers will hit you like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. You be sleep, all types of shit. You be playing the
Mad
game for
spelling
real.
errors.
Hello, is this yo? Is this Tonio? And you like, who the fuck is this? You feel me? All types of shit. You was like, oh, this such and such homeboy. You feel me? Like motherfucker from over Latrobe and shit. Be like, we met back in middle school and shit like that. Be like, uh-huh. And he was like, yo, I saw what you did. Yo, like it just be all types of random shit. Like just be weird shit.
Like, this nigga has no real phone conversational skills. Like, this is getting
A
out of hand.
nigga,
Like, I don't understand.
That's when you had to change your number, yo. Just go to a whole different alias, yo. Start getting a
Hell
legal
yeah.
job.
Like, let me get out of this shit. Just block all these niggas. That shit can be a headache, yo. Like, that's the one
And
thing I hate about, like, working for yourself or doing shit. Like, when you trying to do something where it's a customer service type thing, it's like, I feel bad taking your money if I feel like I didn't do a premium job.
oh yeah, that's why I never did portraits. I never do anybody family member fees.
I ain't mad at that.
I
Especially if
will
they gone.
fucking nigga, I will murder your dead grandmother face, yo. If a nigga want me to put like somebody grandmother face on him, like I will murder her face on your face, yo, like on your shoulder. Like your shit gonna be like one of them Google memes, my nigga. Like it's gonna be a wrap.
Yeah, that shit, like, when I be seeing people do that shit looks hard as shit to do. Like, when you
Like a
sit there
nigga
and
gonna
really
punch me
draw
in the face,
detail.
and I wouldn't blame him.
Hey, what the fuck is this, nigga? This is like a Rottweiler on my shoulder, dog.
Come on, yo. It's more like a German Shepherd,
You
yo.
gotta
Give me some
squint
more
your
credit
eye,
than
nigga. You
that.
ain't even let me get finished, nigga. I ain't even do the
You
shading
feel,
yet, bro. Let me get the shading in first. Like,
you feel
golly.
me, yo? Let me get the outline finished at least. Like,
All right, come on,
remember
yo. I
when you
got you.
sneezed, yo? I told you, yo, warn a nigga before you sneeze, stupid.
I got you. I'm gonna clean you up right now, yo. Let me go in the back and grab my other gun real quick. Nigga just hit a back
I
door
got the
slam.
bullet in this motherfucker. Let me just check. What's the temperature like? How many niggas in there?
It's
All right,
about
it's about three.
50 steps to the front door. I'm gonna bowl the first
Hmm.
nigga over.
First nigga to grab my hoodie, I'ma just hit him with the gun. Second nigga try something, I'ma just let off two on the floor.
I'm leaving no casualties tonight. I just need to make it to the whip.
If I hit him, that's below the waist, ain't an attempted murder. I could go home safely.
Oh man, the woes of an artist, yo.
Hey, it's a dangerous lifestyle, my nigga. You feel me? Motherfucking Da Vinci didn't live safe. You feel me?
Hell yeah, look at that Candyman nigga, yeah.
You are talking about art depiction of life and shit. Shouts out to the niggas that did Candyman, my nigga. Like,
I thought
I
that was a
love
dope
how that
concept.
transition. Yeah,
I like
say
the
that
art.
nigga
Some of
name,
the
bruh.
art that nigga did was that shit was fire too.
It's breathtaking.
I
It
was
was
like, oh
breathtaking,
shit,
bruh.
I kind of look he would hang it up in the loft somewhere.
Yeah, the one piece with the
Oh yeah, he had a couple of them joints.
noose joint actually had me for real. I felt that shit for real. Like it was like but I ain't gonna lie, like I felt like it was a appropriate timing for that. You feel me?
Yeah, it might should have came out a little earlier though. Like,
Yeah,
amidst all that other shit, you could tell they was probably filming around a certain time and just couldn't
yeah.
get to
You
the
could tell like the
whatchamacallit.
gentrification was like especially the main topic for real.
You
Like
imagine something like that dropping right after the Get Out shit, like around that time?
that's what I thought was going to happen when wasn't Jordan Peele the director?
Mm-mm.
No, he's not.
Nah, I think it was some new chick. There's
Oh,
like
that's
some
right. It
some
is a
new chick
black
that
chick.
stepping
Yeah,
on the
that's
scene.
right.
Yeah. So kudos to her.
Yeah,
I
I think
can't.
that was her first film too for real.
Yeah, talk while I look shorty name up. My bad, not to put you on the spot. Just want to give her
Oh,
her
no,
credit. You
you
feel
good, you
me?
good, you good. But other than that, listen to the show. If y'all haven't seen Candyman, y'all, I highly suggest y'all dudes go see that for real. Like, if you was a fan of the first one, if you was just ever curious of the first one, I highly recommend just go seeing that shit for real. Like, my nigga, like, when you talking about like the whole concept of Cabrini Green and all that shit, bro, like that shit just had a nigga just stunned. You feel me? But other than that, like,
Tiana
shit,
Paris is her name too. So shouts out to
Keanu
her.
Paris.
Yeah,
All right,
I think
bet.
that's her
Shouts out
name.
to you, Queen.
Let me make sure. Oh no, Jordan Peele did have his hand in there though.
Oh, he did have something in the pot.
Or Naya DaCosta, I think is the actual director. My bad. Yeah, Naya DaCosta. So
Oh,
shout out to
Naya
her.
DaCosta. Oh, okay, okay.
Shouts out to Shorty, man. Like, yeah, definitely all of the great stuff. More coming to her. Hopefully, she get that green light for that next joint because you can tell it's supposed to be like a sequence. More should be coming.
Yeah,
A developing
hopefully,
story.
like when you, yeah, because I was about to say the whole concept now for the second one, like it kind of opened the door for like we might get some prequels or we might actually get more sequels.
Yeah, anything's possible. I like how they left room.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at a prequel for real.
Right. Definitely not mad at a prequel. I like the story they was trying to, put together on that.
Oh man, and plus the dude from the original.
Yeah, hell yeah. He
The
definitely got
fact
his
that
little
that brother's
cameo.
still alive, man, like that shit had me kind of like I was stunned to even still see it, how he still looks the same. Like yo, like saying yo black don't crack is really true, yo. Like
Yeah, I think they threw a little CGI on him too, cleaned him up a little
you
bit, but
think so?
definitely, I believe so. He looked a little
Oh,
CGI ish.
I don't know. I probably gotta rewatch that shit, but like Homeboy looked like he did not age, yo. Like he aged gracefully as hell.
Yeah, he only 66, a DC native, that's brethren. So shouts out to him.
Oh yeah, shouts out DMV cousin.
But yeah, what you want to lead the people with, man?
Um, shit. Whether you put your mind to it, my nigga, you just do it for real. You feel me? Like others, whatever it is, yo. It's a freedom of expression, yo. Like
Hey, whether you
whether
think you can or
it's
can't, you're right.
yeah, yo, just do it. Like it's you got niggas out here that taught themselves martial arts, and now these niggas was like the actual like stunt double,
No bullshit. I know a
not
nigga
even
that
stunt
literally
double.
taught himself martial arts. Like literally taught himself. Nigga used to really train, yo. Like really, really train. Like shouts out to that
Yo,
nigga.
yeah, shouts out to them niggas, yo, for real. And like
Nigga
one
was a
nigga actually
fat
did that
boy,
shit in
slim down, got hella muscles, bulky.
what?
He's like, yeah, like nigga really like just give himself a training regimen and go through that shit.
That's what it is, yo. And that's all it takes, yo. Like everything is an art, man. Like martial arts, poetry, dancing. You feel me? Fucking what else we got?
Gaming, editing,
Rapping,
anything, yeah.
singing, yeah, like shit. Even when it comes to sports, my nigga, like you take your basketball serious, you feel me? Take your football serious, my nigga. Graphic design, all that shit, my G. Even gaming, it's an art form to gaming, my nigga. Like everything is art, my nigga. It's almost like how back in the old days when the Chinese used to say everything is kung fu, my nigga. Like all that shit is just what you do, my nigga.
There you have it. It's gonna do it for this one. It's been another great episode. Hopefully you got something from it. If you want to be a privy to Discord chat, it is in the description below this. Wherever you consume this at, it's there. Right below, just click the three dots, whatever bio, whatever it says, and it's down there in the description. You can join the Discord, get to know us, see some of our Instagram, social media accounts, all that great stuff. Got a cool meme page, got some other great stuff on Facebook. Definitely want to be a part of. It's gonna do it for this one. Like I said, we appreciate you guys. See you Saturday with another Saturday vibe joint for y'all. We out of here.
Bye.